morning, everyone. Today we are playing solo on a US to West branch server. We are fresh to the server, we have 0 BPs, and we have no idea of who or what lies ahead of us. So, quick game plan for today. We are going to be heading down towards Large Fishing Village. Let's see if we can find it really quickly. Oh, we are actually very close. Amazing. So, step 1, we will be getting to Large Fishing Village. Step 2, we will be building a small FOB close to Fishing Village. Step 3, we are going to go on a bear hunt. And then step 4, we are going to use said bear meat in the fishing village to do a little bit of a fishing exploit and generate a ton of scrap. Once that is complete, we are going to be learning pretty much the entire main tree of the tier 1 tech. That is going to give us some sort of a edge against the larger groups on the server. Once we are completed with that, we are going to see how the story unfolds by just getting into a bit of PvP and seeing what other shenanigans we can get up to. But to start off, we are going to quickly run over and start farming up for a small base. Looks like the sun is unfortunately setting though. So I'm going to just camp out here at Fishing Village, hopefully get enough cloth to get a bag down, and then I will see you guys in the morning so that we can actually start some farming. Alright guys, it is a beautiful morning in Rust. The sun is finally rising. I did manage to get one bag down just inside the tree line past Fishing Village, so we do have a respawn point if things go south. But now it is officially time to get that follow operating base down. So, without further ado, cue the farming montage. And we are safe. Kind of underestimated the stone I needed. Thought I had enough, so just gonna go out really quickly and farm a bit more stone. And then I will be right back and we will start getting on the farming of bears. Alright, got some metal too. Not bad. Good start. With the exception of our doors, we should be safe. So to get that done, we definitely do need to get the pole going. And let's go get some bears. We're going to need the animal fat to make some low grade right quick. And then we're going to use the meat in that fishing exploit I mentioned earlier. through the tree. Oh yeah. Alright, 1 of 4 found. Let's get a bone now. I win. Never doubted myself. Ideally, it would be nice to have one more bear, but we might have enough. Alright guys, we are at Fishing Village. We officially have a little over 60 meat. That's definitely enough to get the majority, if not all, the blueprints we need from the tier 1. So, let's get our fishing rod. Either way, we have got it. So let's go get our fishing rod and let's start making some scrap. Alright, fishing rod acquired. Alright guys, so time for us to actually start getting our scrap. The faster we get our scrap, the faster we can get into previously stated shenanigans. Also, I do realize this is a very slow way to start a video. Rust is usually a little bit more fast-paced than this. So, if you guys would like to see in future content a faster start, please let me know in the comments below. Definitely get to it. It's always fun starting off with nothing and PvPing your way through BPs as well. Fully understand. I just prefer doing this for tier 1 because it gives just a little bit more of an edge. It takes a little bit of just the sheer dumb luck and chance out of the equation. Plus, when you're a solo, it does give you a better fighting odds against larger groups too. So, just my strategy. But like I said, I'm pretty proficient in both. So if that's something you guys would like to see, please let me know. Shark right off the bat. Okay, so also let me explain the strategy before I do a little time lapse to get this over with to see how much scrap we generated. Essentially, the reason I use the bears is because with the bears, you only have 3 things you're going to catch, at least in the console edition. You're either going to catch a large trout, a salmon, or a shark. Now here's the beautiful part. If you catch a shark or a salmon, they've taken it out now where you can use those 2 fish for bait. You're no longer allowed to, but that's fine. You are allowed to use the large trout as bait. And if you use the large trout, then very similar to the bear meat, there's only 3 things you can catch. Another large trout, a salmon, or a shark. So essentially, what I do is I fish through my entire supply of bear meat, stack up as many salmon and sharks as I can, and then at the very end, I take all the large trout, and here's the reason. You can sell the large trout. That's fine. Let's take a quick break and run over here to get you guys aligned with what I'm saying here. Okay? So you can sell large trout for... where is it? There we go. So for 5, you get 30 scrap. But sharks, 2 for 90, or salmon, 2 for 55. So fewer fish, more scrap. The best part is, because I can easily fish the large trout and essentially convert them into salmon and shark at the end, when I come and trade out and sell off all the stock, you're going to get a bigger bang for your buck. Right? So that's the strategy. I'm gonna fish out all the bear meat and essentially the free grubs we got too. And then at the very end, I'm going to switch over to using all the large trout, so I can essentially farm them into sharks and salmon. And then I will see you guys at the end, show you how many I've caught, and then I will show you the total amount of scrap after conversion at the end. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, welcome back, welcome back. So, we have finally finished converting everything over, and the grand total there with is 30 salmon, 30 shark. Let's get these bad boys sold. And we are left with a grand total of 2,175 scrap. That should definitely be more than enough to finish off the tech tree for tier 1. But let's get back to base and find out, shall we? Alright, down the main line all the way to Satchel. Here we go. So, that's pretty much all the essentials in tier 1 for PvP. And we are still left with 1,200, so we are going to get a couple more. Finish off our tool. Ladder is always useful. Get some base defense. Still have another 300. First thing we're going to do is let's secure our tier 2 before we continue, shall we? Just to be safe. Alright, let's get a couple more of the essentials. Electricity. Pretty good with this. Start the water chain. Probably won't be able to make it very far. Far enough. Alright, and then we still have our 500 for our tier 2. Which I think the only thing we'll probably be missing is some high qual, correct? Yes, 20 high qual, which I do not have, but that's fine. We can recycle for it, and should have enough between that and what's already in TC. So there we go. It was 68 bear meat. It took us 1.5 fishing rods, and it took about 90 minutes, give or take. So, not bad. 90 minutes to complete pretty much the entire tier 1 weapon chain plus tier 1 boom. We got some pretty useful water and electrical components as well. So far, pretty solid. Alright, now, let's get some weapons together and go do some PvP. We'll get a water pipe for now. I would like to get a compound bow too, but we gotta go farm some rope. But we will use the water pipe to go farm some rope to come back and make the compound bow. We also need some armor, finally. No, it's not the best, but what we got to work with right now. Alright. Oh, another achievement. There we go. Alright, well. Now we just gotta go do some PvP and get some rope to get a compound bow. Let's go do that quickly. As once we have the compound bow, PvP I'm essentially looking for today is we will be heading over to Oil Rig, seeing as how it is very close, and see if we can't get our hands on some cards. Two out of four. Still sitting at 50-50. Was never very good with the bow. Try my best. Alright. There's our rope. One more and we are good to go. See, is there anywhere close by we can recycle? Oh heck yeah, let's just farm up to go to Outpost. Might get a little bit of PvP on the way there too. Definitely be able to recycle, especially these sewing kits for some rope. Just upgrade quickly the inside door to metal. Get all our comps together. I'm not gonna recycle the Azzies because so far we've been doing pretty good on cloth. Okay, once the door is ready, then it's just to head off to Outpost. I will see you guys in Outpost to recycle. We will get our compound bow, and then we will head off to Oil Rig. Most likely small oil rig. We can take a boat from Fishing Village. Large is a little too far. Alright, let's get the metal door down and I will see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, unfortunately I had to get off for a couple days due to the Easter weekend. Had some family events I needed to attend. We were raided. They didn't get to core though. They pretty much just came through the airlock, raided the furnaces, saw me on the ground with a crossbow and figured, you know, heck, must not be worth it. So we still have our 500 scrap for the tier 2. Just working on getting the high qual now, for which we need to make a recycling run. But before that, as promised, I've made a set of armor. We are going to be taking this plus the compound and the DB, and we are going to go for some PvP on Oil Rig. So it doesn't seem like anyone's taking it right now, so we should be able to get in position before someone heads over. Just gotta run out quick and farm up some stone. We are a little short on stone to make arrows. So gonna do that real quick, and then I will join back with you guys once we are on our way over to Oil Rig. Peace. Approaching. I've been looking over the map on my way over here. It doesn't seem that anyone's doing anything. Haven't seen Brad go down. The only thing I've seen is a couple airdrops coming, that's about it. So we're gonna actually clear this out from down here with our compound before we head up. Just because I did not bring cards, it does not look like we'll be lucky enough for anyone to come over, unfortunately. I mean, here's to hoping, but again, not 100% certain, so let's get this underway, see what we can get from the crates and from the scientists. If someone shows up for PvP, then great, but I highly doubt it. Oh, really low. I was gonna say we could probably get the headshot while he's behind there, but... Wow, alright. 3 headshots, still not down? Okay, we'll see where you are again. Go on. I'll poke out those people. Okay. Alright, well, 4 was enough. It's the only problem with taking oil ring with the bow. You run into quite a few issues with this railing here. You just get it just right. Yep. Oh, I was hoping we'd freeze. Sometimes you get lucky. Oh! I was gonna say they glitch out and get broken. It's very rare, but it happens. Now, I did bring an excessive amount of meds, so we are gonna unfortunately have to rely on bandages. So usually what I do is I'll go till about 30 health, and then I heal up. Any lower than that, you put yourself at risk for bleed. Don't want to just get knocked by scientists for no reason at all. If we get knocked, it's a long swim back. Ah, I don't know where I was aiming with that one. But we're good. We got some fairly good damage on them. This is a little risky, but it's probably a sign, but we'll ignore it. We gotta get a hit off on each of these guys. Nice. Did he miss it? So he's not missing. Okay. Good shot. Alright, we're gonna heal real quick. Doesn't have to be too much. I think get back up to 50 and we should be good. Also want to keep an eye out for cargo. Cargo is something else you can do with just a compound bow. It's a little bit more difficult than taking oil. The scientists do have a lot more options for pathing to get you. Unless you pretty much stay under in the main cargo compartment. But I mean, heck, what's the fun in that? If you're gonna come out here and kill scientists, gotta at least have some chance for them to shoot back, otherwise it's just total boredom. Also, this we're just doing to clear the first floor. The main strat when doing this with compound bow, take dock, take first floor, and then we're going to be using the aggro of the scientists on the second and third floor to pull them down to the main gas tank that's down here where I'm aiming there. There is a way that you could pretty much take them all out from there while receiving minimal to no damage whatsoever. So that's definitely the plan, but in order to be able to do that, we need to be able to access the first floor safely. So hence, we have to take these guys out from down here. So once they're gone, I'll show you guys how to pull the aggro of the others and exactly how to go about taking them out. And then we shall see what we got in our crates. Hopefully we get something good and get out of this primitive stage of the game relatively quickly. That'll make episode 2 a lot more enjoyable. Okay, we got one coming from this side, one coming from this side. The beautiful thing about doing this is you can follow them from the grating, right? As we can see, there's one coming up on this side now too. So we'll take out this one here in the middle, and then we should be able to take out the last one. And we should... Oh, here we go again with the pillars. Should be good to go. The railing is very annoying when you're doing this. If you are doing this, you can do this for all the floors, not just the first floor. So if you are going to do it, I would recommend bringing... Usually I bring around 100 arrows of each type. So 100 of the metal arrows, 100 of the stone arrows. That's usually enough to clear all 3 floors. So what you got to do is pull up reasonably far from the dock like we are here. That'll allow you to take out the dock and the first floor. For the second floor, what you want to do is you want to pull around to the side with the exhaust. That's going to allow you to see both patrol routes. And then for the third floor, I like to go over to the side that has the helipad poking out. just because you're going to have the one that's going to stop on the helipad, usually the one that goes up and down the stairs between, and then you're able to see both the back sides of the routes for the other two. So, I think we're pretty much clear. So we're going to head on over. We'll do some heal up once we get up there too. Another thing, I know this was quite a few updates ago, but you do have the moon pool entrance now for oil rig on console. That goes for both small and large. It is a pretty good avenue if you're coming on board and there are already players taking it. It's not my preferred entry. My preferred entry is just to come up into the middle section, climb the ladder up to the gas tank. I find it a lot safer. Also, in my opinion, it's a little bit quieter. You don't have to rely on your scuba as much. Therefore, you aren't making as much noise when you approach. Oh, perfect. Look at that, guys. Med right off the bat. Alright, let's get this going. Okay, so we don't have to waste time bandaging. We got that lucky med right off the bat. Alright, let's see if we get lucky with the med again. Oh, we got some food. I will take it. As long as it drops properly. Alright, so here's the trick. We want to be able to clear those scientists without luring more first, so you gotta just make sure those two sections here are clear before you run up, because once they see you, they will aggravate. Not lucky, another med. No military crate. Did get another diving tank though, that is good, in case we have to get out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry. Get rid of the crate. The incense will probably serve us a lot better if someone tries to counter us than crate will. Might as well just use that. I know it acts as a self-revive, but I'm not really planning to go down. Alright, so there we go. We got our first aggro. He's going to run on down. Okay, while he's running down, and you can hear him running down in the background, we're going to jump up here, then jump up here, and we're going to hide behind this. I guess you could say it's either the intake or the outtake of the propane, or oil, or gas, or whatever this thing is. Now we're going to look for him running down the stairs, okay? We want to make sure he does not have a line of sight on us. If he does, he will stop, he will shoot, it gets annoying. Now he's down. We're going to charge our compound bow while moving over ever so slowly. And we should see him walking away. Now, like I said, they will get lucky with a shot or two. It's one of the drawbacks to this strategy, but definitely when you're in the primitive stage, beats fighting them right out in the open, okay? Just gonna do this a couple times. Kite back and forth, charge, move over slowly, loose, headshot, repeat. Didn't get the headshot, but I did get the hit. Oh, unfortunately, he called a friend. I didn't know we were playing Jeopardy, but alright. Apparently we gotta call a friend. That's fine. He's almost down. I think even a body shot will take him down at this point. Then we just gotta deal with his little buddy that he called down. Which is fine. I'm not concerned about it. There he goes. I'm not sure where that... It's right here with us. Okay. So again, as long as you're moving slowly, the compound bow will charge, and if it is charged, it will remain charged. He called a friend too, huh? We're just all calling friends now. Alright. It's a little bit of a party down here. That's fine. The one thing to do when you're doing this strategy, guys, remain calm. The moment you start panicking and you start trying to take the quick shots, that's what's going to get you killed, okay? You need to make sure you stay calm. Keep the shots focused. Try to get the headshots when possible, and try to minimize. Most importantly, try to minimize the damage incoming. Okay. Damage output can always be done. Damage intake is what you want to worry about. Oh, okay, the game tricked me out of that one. That's fine. You know what I just realized we're doing wrong here? I did not switch back to the wooden arrows. Because we're using the high velocity arrows. They actually do have a lot less drop-off. Quite a bit more range. They unfortunately deal significantly less damage, in my opinion, compared to the wood arrows. So that's probably why this has been taking so long. So I'm just going to switch back to the wood. And you can see, very, very easy. Alright? The few little shots they are managing to get off, they cannot actually connect with us. I don't know why my joystick did not sway there, but my problem is I got so used to now the moving slowly to minimize the loss on the charge shot. I hear we got another friend coming down the stairs now. Oh, that was a good shot by him. Yeah, we got a third one joining us now. This is definitely getting very interesting. The bow will, unfortunately, sometimes glitch out like this, where even though you're moving slowly, it... there we go, there's one down. That was a hard shot between the two other ones, but we got it. Thought he was going to keep walking. Looks like one went back upstairs. So we've just got the one that's stuck with us right now, until this one gets called back down. Like, he should be sneaking up on us. Don't know why it's... There we go, that's the second one down. While we wait for this one to re-aggro, because it will. I'm just going to take this opportunity to heal up a bit. I tend to save the actual meds for a quick, large boost, or for emergencies, just to minimize the time between all these bandages. But you can use them a little less frugally than I am. It's not like there's a set strategy in terms of your med conservation. But just keep in mind that the whole time you're doing this, it is going to feel very PvE-ish. Okay? We are still online. This is still strictly a PvP game. You can be countered at any time. Okay, so yes, it's important to keep your health up, but you should also look to keeping a couple reserves. So one thing we're going to do, because he is going to be a little tricky, is we're going to try to see which way he goes. So he is going straight. So here's the strategy. Now you can go to the bottom of the stairs. You can bait him that way. He will immediately regain aggro on you. He will stay at the top of the stairs for a while. Okay, usually they'll shoot 2 or 3 rounds or to a full clip before coming down. But the bad thing with that is you're not going to have time to get back up here while under fire. You're just going to be taking a bunch of damage. It's either going to down you, kill you outright, or you're going to be to the point where once you have his aggro, you're going to be stuck behind here bandaging the entire time. And by the time you're done healing, or taking care of the bleed at least, his aggro is either going to be fully gone. As you can see, there his aggro was already gone, he was already backing off. The aggro really does not last long if you're out of sight, so keep that in mind. Didn't get the headshot, but I did get the shoulder shot. Should have run up on you. Okay. There we go. Another one down. And guys, I realize again, this is not the most entertaining in terms of PvP. I do apologize. I was really hoping coming onto a high pop, we would have seen more PvP than we actually did see. But like I said, we'll use this as an advantage. It is just the first episode. We did get all our mainline tier 1 BPs. So next episode we could focus on pretty much just taking oil rig, countering oil rig, countering cargo. Maybe we could go for a couple locked crates. See if we can't get a couple enemies going. Nothing more entertaining, in my opinion, both playing and viewing, than actually getting some sort of a rivalry going. But like I said, the main mission of the channel, obviously play Rust, have fun. PvP is an aspect of that, totally. But we eventually do want to get to a point where we're starting to recruit, preferably solos. In my opinion, solos make for very good PvPers as well as builders, kind of multifaceted. Once you get into the larger groups, you tend to have people that are either good in either of the two things, but very rarely are good at both. Solos usually are good at both. I've had exceptions on that side too, but not as frequent. Alright, so recruit some solos to our group, as well as see if we can't make some alliances with a couple bigger groups. And then we get the mission underway. Starting to get the community together. And then hopefully, as I stated in the beginning, get to the point where we could start to do a few more of the large-scale events. Ideally, my first main milestone, I would love to get to the point where we can start hosting maybe some civilization type events, very similar to Fancy and a few of the other creators. Okay, I don't know why he did not aggro. Listening. Yeah, he's not even running, so he's not aggro. That's weird. Usually I don't have to shoot. Usually just having line of sight with me is enough to initiate the aggro, but I guess not in this case. Alright, what we're going to do is start stair peeking. I'm a lot more brave when taking oil when I actually have a gun, but considering we do not, we got to take things slowly and methodically. Oh, maybe that's about to change. It's not about to change. We will come back to the rifle body. Oh, right. Looks like there are quite a few military crates over here. Okay, we got a med kit. It's not bad either. Should be one on this side. Nope, no, interesting. Alright, let's start ditching some of the lesser needed things. Single bandage, not required. We do have actual ammo now, so let's get rid of the handmaids. Actually, well, lots of handmaids for right now. Perfect. Or actually, let's ditch the handmaids for the medkit. But yeah, I really think that'll be the one of the mid milestones for the channel. Definitely want to get to the point where we can start hosting a couple of the civilization events. Or if not civilization, maybe make it unique and do, you know, maybe cities or state wars, province wars, something like that. Something a little entertaining on the larger scale. I think that would definitely be quite interesting, both to do, post, and film, but also to watch. Right? I haven't seen many of these larger events posted on the console side. It's more so on the PC side of things. And I really think the console side needs some love too. Missed that one. I was for sure I would have gotten into that one. That's fine. He would have run up right now. Right? Yes, no, yes, no, yep. Come on, stop glitching. Let me get the shot. Okay, don't know how I dipped down there at the last second, but alrighty then. Should have gone back to the container. just as I lined up. That's fine, he'll poke out any second now. Take the shot. A little preemptive thing, a little preemptive. That's fine, he'd be back here by now. So the one thing to learn with the scientists is, at least from where I'm concerned, they have pretty much a dual, I guess you could say a dual range aggro that I've noticed. They'll usually lose. Please, 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 please. Yes. Now I hit him just to secure that aggro. Should be on the way down to us. So I think this is the first one we're getting from the top. Oh no, second. This guy we just killed was also from the top, I forgot. So there should be 2 more at the very top that are outside of the card room, and then the one in the card room. So we should only have 3 more remaining if my counting is accurate here. Oh, he's on his way down. Let's charge it up so we're not keeping him waiting. Get the hit on the step. Also, a good strategy, they will not stop on the step once they have aggro here. They clear from here. So you could always go for the cheeky little stair shot as they're running down. Definitely going to save you a little bit of time while they're already out here. But, like I said, it's just slow and steady. Patience is your friend here. This should put him down. But this is definitely something that my friends and I have done before on wipe day to get a little bit ahead. Don't need the leather. Well, no, we have like 200 something back at base already. But yeah, definitely something you can do even on wipe day. Usually my friends and I will try and do this when we are playing a server together. Though we do play separately as solos, we will do something like this as a, I guess you could say almost as a team at the very start, just to get ahead of the larger groups. But you could usually do this if it's just a force wipe and you have the blueprints. I'd say the first like 10-20 minutes, it's really that easy. Do about 10-20 minutes of comp farming, take it to the nearest recycler. Let's aggro whoever's up here. If we could get up onto the crane, that would be preferable. But yeah, recycle, get a couple of metal fragments, get some rope, get a compound bow, farm a little bit of wood, farm a little bit of stone. You don't have to go for the metal arrows. Metal arrows just make it easier when shooting from range, but they are definitely by no means a must. And then you should be good to go. Doesn't look like there anymore, actually. Could have sworn there would have at least been one more, but I guess not. Alright, gun? No, but that is the high qual that we were missing for the tier 2. Okay, hang on, I'm definitely hearing one more that's not in the room, I don't think. See if we can't see him if we get a little higher. But definitely doable right at the start of wipe. Not something you really have to wait on to do. I guess I was wrong. I guess he is the one in the room. Right? The other good thing about this is you really can hold this down once you've got it. It is a good way to farm some early comps, in my opinion. But the main reason that you want to do this early is you do have a chance at some at least tier 2 guns, right? On top of that, you can get some very useful tools. I mean, hey, we just got a chainsaw. Very good early game farm for high qual as well, right? And you don't really need the cards. The cards are good if you want to get into the main compartment, right? Get the stuff from in there or actually run it. But just coming here in early game to get the components, the blueprints, the potential early game weapons. Like, look, this thing's already respawned. It's a little on the OP side, if you ask me, but definitely a good farm early game. just run around with that. Got another compound already. Use the beer meat for now. And then we will drop the rest of the cloth. Okay. And then, yeah, it doesn't look like anybody is coming to counter, unfortunately. What do we want to lose? Tech trash is also very good to have. But yeah, ideally what we're looking for right now is a fuse, because the fuse would get us the last few crates that we're missing that are locked in the top room. In case you guys are wondering why I keep going around just relooting everything really quickly, is because we haven't found one yet, and I'm really hoping we find one in the barrels and crates that we spawn. Actually, you know what? Gloves, not that much more protection, but some additional protection might as well. But doesn't look like we are going to be that lucky, to be honest, unfortunately. You know, I also don't need the mask. Sewing kits do come in quite handy, both for rope and cloth, both of which we will be needing for the upcoming episode, as we will most likely start raiding. But yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be lucky this time around, guys. No fuses. Sad. One other thing we could do, just do one more quick check. Not seeing any more barrel respawns. That's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, we already got the high qual for the tier 2. I was really hoping we would at least have some PvP, but at least we got to get some action in here with the scientists. Albeit not the greatest, I will admit. But some action's better than none. Alright, well, I will get this stuff back to base, get the tier 2 built, and then I will see you guys on the second episode. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Please leave some comments in the bottom on what you guys would like to see or improvements that can be made. Always looking for feedback on that case. Please also, if you'd like to join us on this journey, you have the same, I guess you could say, excitement for this vision that I have on the Xbox and PlayStation console community. Definitely please subscribe, leave a like. Look forward to seeing you guys on future episodes. Alright, everyone have a blessed day. And this is Archon Enclave, out.